So I thought I was out of space, but obviously not. And what was I going to say? Oh, I needed to finish the story about me being introduced to myself yesterday. And when I say that, that sounds creepy, especially in these surroundings. You can't see how creepy it is because this is like a bus stop out in solitude. So here's the deal. So when I got on the bus, this is the third person. Um, this person had a real slow vibe, but it was a weirdo vibe because it was like a freaky vibe. Like he was slow, or seemed, and forgive me because maybe not slow, but just different in the way that he communicates, which makes him appear to be slow. Because sometimes, like if your senses are overstimulated, like sometimes mine can become overstimulated. What happens is that when your senses are overstimulated, sometimes you have to block, you know? And so, and the people, I think, just like, and this is gonna sound really weird, and it is, but you know how people like guys that are circumcised versus men that are, this is, just go with me on this. I'm not trying to be vulgar, but you know how guys that are circumcised uh, are less sensitive than men that are uncircumcised, and I know this because that's what I've heard, and not to, anyways, I'm just gonna leave it alone. But are more sensitive than those that are, just the same thing with people that are loners and that are to themselves more. They are more sensitive when they come in contact with things than people that are not loners and that are not to themselves. It's more stimulating to them. So for instance, if you're like a 40-year-old dude, I don't know. Oh, that dude was younger than me. He was like 30. This is, both of those guys were 30. But if you're like a 30-year-old guy, and let's say you're always to yourself, you're considered a weirdo, a creeper, or whatever, and you're always to yourself, when you come across a female that speaks to you, that's welcoming to you, that's nice to you, and that might have something that may be aesthetically appealing to you, no matter how small it is, you will become instantly aroused or stimulated by it. Now, now I forgot where I was going with this, but oh, that weirdo guy. Yeah, so that that dude, it was like he was easily like, I spoke to him because again, I don't discriminate because I feel like for me, I'm considered a big old weirdo, and and I think that's part of the reason too because I'm easily stimulated by things, and so in all kinds of ways, I'm easily stimulated, meaning that something could stimulate my mind or something could arouse me very easily because again, I'm not exposed to a whole lot. So when those things come into my presence, all it takes, just like all it took for that dude, was for someone that was even marginally attractive in any kind of way to give you one-on-one attention and be receptive to you, and for you to feel like that, that can be an arousing experience. So the dude was kind of like giggity giggity, like the guy on Family Guy, and I didn't realize it at first because when you in your mindset, when you put somebody in your mindset to be, God forbid, because people think of me that way too, to be slow or whatever. When you think of somebody like that, you don't think of them as having anything adulterated about them. So when all of a sudden, out of the blue, you can see that this person is making comments about, let me tell you what he said basically, because to make a point, making comments about and you could tell he was trying to hold back because that's not appropriate, but he was saying stuff about my thighs and just about my body in general, and then he he could see that I was kind of taken aback by it. So he was just like, yeah, that's what they talk about all the time on the rap songs. So that's what had influenced him, but it did arouse a certain type of feeling about him. Now, I'm an innocent to a certain point like that too, but not, I try not to, I don't know. He was really innocent because you could tell that he didn't want his mind to go there, but it did. But like for me, like what happened with me when I had a situation that was similar to that, some dude talked to me that was fairly attractive, and I was trying to find every other reason to talk to him except for that, but he didn't show any. He didn't have anything mentally, or he didn't portray to me. Maybe he had it, but he just wasn't sharing it with me. Anything mentally, socially, anything that attracted my interests at all, And so because of that, I was just like, okay, I got to find some kind of purpose for him because he's fairly attractive. So I took it and he's still staying around. If he's fairly attractive and he went away, okay, but he stayed around. So I was like, I gotta find some kind of purpose for him. So I allowed my mind to wander that way. Okay, and I couldn't blame it on the rap music, whatever. It's me. I blame it on me because when I was 15 or 16, I mean, I created a lust. I created sin for myself, and that sin was lust. And so, whenever I wanted to conjure up this feeling of lust, that's scary for me to say it that way, but I would, and to me, it was harmless, but it can be harmful because what you know or what you introduce yourself to becomes your crutch, and for me, it's not a crutch yet because I don't have that comfort level to have that kind of crutch. And as I'm getting older, that's not something I really, I don't know, as I'm getting older, I don't know if I'm even less attracted to myself or what it is, but I mean, my imaginings and my fantasies include other people, So, I mean, if I had to do it, it's cold. If I had to do a dear somebody on that, what it would be, dear, nicely dressed, attractive, intelligent men that are of ethnic persuasion. Do not talk to me one on one. Do not talk to me or be nice to me or get to know me one on one, or even show any kind of attempt that you're trying to be nice or whatever. Because if you do, I'm like that weird guy on the bus. I can't. Just don't do it because it's because I am in that manner. I am weird, and it's just like it's one of those things where I don't know. It's just uncomfortable unless like if it's around a group of people, that's different. And then on top of that too, like I need to stop talking so loud. There's houses back here. I forget. But I guess nobody would care about my stupid conversation with my phone. But but it's just like I'm waiting for this bus to come kill time. But yeah, because I've been so to myself and closed in for so long that even somebody being nice to me is like a big deal to me. So don't even speak to me. I mean, you can, and I'd appreciate it, but I probably appreciate it too much. Is all I'm saying. And all of that is weird in itself, and I'm okay with that. In other news today, I was talking about things that I learned. I already think I talked about that with the interview process. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. I just need to go home and go to sleep. I wish this bus would come. I need to take a shower too. So that's another big thing that I need to do. I really don't want to use the other shower, but when the owner is asleep already, like if his door is closed and the lights are out, I just, to me it doesn't make sense. You're gonna invade somebody's privacy to go into their room and use their shower when there's one that's out there, and the only thing that is drawback is that it just doesn't make sense. I don't know, but so when I get back, I think I'm gonna take a shower. I think I am because I think I really need to. My room, I'm. It smells like sweat in my room, and there's police out here. I hope they know I'm catching the bus. I'm pointing at the bus stop sign, but and then also, what scares me about this area, I don't think black people really hang out here, and I think they may be watching me, and I hope I don't and when I say watching me, not because I'm doing something wrong, but just because I'm a female at the bus stop, and there's like 3 police officers that's come back to back, like circling in this thing. And I hope they realize that I'm catching the bus. I hope that they do realize that. Or at the very least, they're watching out for me. I don't know. Because I don't want, like I said, as menial as my life is, I do enjoy it. I don't want it to be taken early. I want to live my life until God takes me home. So here's my bus on that note. Bye.